Perfect. Okay, do we have a volunteer for the opening prayer?
I can.
Okay, thanks, Amanda.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we come before thee now at the close of this semester, and we wish to give thee thanks for the things that we have learned and the chance we've had to work together, and we're thankful for this class and that we're a good team. This time as we meet together one last time to discuss our accountability projects, we ask you here and help us to be able to say the things we need to say and be able to submit our final accountability project in order to earn the grade that we diligence in this, and help us to not have technical difficulties and help us to this last time together, and things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so this week I am leading the discussion, and I was going through week 14's assignments, and I didn't see any formal instructions for this group presentation. So I think we're just supposed to go over the questions for the Word document that we're supposed to submit to Sister McHenry. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, so basically answer each question, and that's how we're going to present it, and then we can screen share each of our own individual presentations so we can all see. Perfect. I guess if there's no objections, I can go ahead and start. Okay, perfect. So the first question is, start by explaining who you wanted to become. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my presentation here. Just a second. Share to everyone. Okay, mine should be coming up right now. Here we go. Can you see my screen? Okay, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Oh, actually, that's Amanda's. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get to mine. Oops. Okay, I think I'm actually on the... Okay, let me see if I can fix this here. There we go. Here's mine. Okay. So when the question was asked, who do I want to become? My response was I wanted to become a well-rounded person. In order to do that, there was an acronym that one of my young men leaders as a youth came up with called SIPS. And this acronym stands for spiritual, intellectual, physical, and social. So in his opinion, to become a well-rounded individual, those were the 4 key aspects of your life that you should focus on in order to become the best person that you can personally be. And he thought it was actually the best idea to place it in that order. So spirituality first, followed by intellectualism, followed by your physical health, and then last, your social aspect of your life. And he would argue that all 4 were incredibly important, but he did distinctly think that your spiritual side was more important than your social side, and conversely, that your intellectual side is more important than your physical side. So what I wanted to do for the accountability project was focus on those 4 aspects and create goals that were going to help me become a well-rounded individual in those 4 particular aspects. So the goals that I came up with were, let's see here. To say morning and evening prayers every day, to read the Book of Mormon for 10 minutes every day, to let's see here, complete all my daily homework assignments for that day. And I took 4 classes this semester, so that was quite a bit of work to do. Read 10 minutes from an intellectual book that I've read in the past called Think and Grow Rich. And then also to read a general conference talk and share it with my wife. This was a weekly goal. Another weekly goal was to work out twice during the week for 30 minutes for each workout to work on the physical aspect. And then lastly, for the social aspect, since my wife and I just moved into a new ward, my goal was to introduce myself to someone I didn't know every single week. So those are my goals on how I wanted to become the person I wanted to be. I guess through the presentation, are we supposed to ask questions if we have any, or?
I don't have any questions. I just think you had some really good goals.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so then next, we're supposed to share our tracking sheet. So let me go ahead and do that here. Can you still see it okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I had a lot of success with the accountability project. For a lot of the basic goals, I was able to do every single day. Morning and evening prayers, read the Book of Mormon, complete my daily homework assignments, and Think and Grow Rich. But actually, with the daily homework assignments, there were a few times that I didn't get all of them done. So you can see a few no's here. There was one no on the 21st of October, another no on the 11th of November, another no on the 25th of November. That was the Thanksgiving week, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, as part of my accountability aspect of the project, I was supposed to do a chore for my wife if I didn't meet any of the goals, and she did held me accountable for each of them. So I did a lot of various things like vacuuming, dishes. I washed her car once. So little things like that. But again, it was only maybe I think 3 times total throughout the whole semester that I didn't meet every goal for the week. So I feel I had a lot of success with the project. I thought it was very beneficial for me. Let's see here for another question. I feel I was able to focus on all four aspects of the accountability project that I was looking to do. I was able to increase my spirituality by reading conference talks and praying every single day. And I feel that intellectually, I definitely improved this semester with carrying the heavy school load that I did, along with keeping up with my gym goals for the physical aspect. And for the social aspect, it was very beneficial for me to just get out of my comfort zone and talk to people I didn't know, particularly being a member of a new ward. So yes, I think it was very beneficial, and I feel like I continue to grow towards becoming the person that I wanted to be. Okay, next, what would I do differently in the future? Um, I'm not sure there's anything particularly. What I think I may do that I could have maybe improved on a little bit was reach out to my accountability partners a little more efficiently. As the semester progressed, I didn't really reach out to my classmates who agreed to be my accountability partner as well as I should have. So that's something I could have improved on. And then also having someone else besides my wife also help with the accountability aspect of it, I think would be beneficial. But for the most part, I think everything worked out really good. So there was probably very little that I would really change. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort did I put forth into the project? I honestly can say I feel I put in a full 10 on the project. I feel that I put my heart and soul into this project, and every day it was actually very beneficial just to look at the spreadsheet and see how I was progressing. So yes, I definitely would put myself down as a 10. And what did I learn about accountability? I feel that we if we make time and really mark our progress, we can actually accomplish quite a bit. Initially, I think the project felt kind of maybe a little overwhelming with the amount of work that we were going to have to do. But just taking it one step at a time, I think, was very beneficial. And again, I can personally see that we can take on multiple tasks and do them efficiently if we really commit ourselves, and if we're registering, actually drawing out a map on how we want to accomplish our goals. So if we can visually see what we're looking towards, I think it makes it much easier. So yeah, there we go. Did any of you have any questions?
Are you going to add new goals now, or are you going to keep with the same goals, or not worry about goals anymore?
I'm going to keep with the same goals for now. I definitely want to continue with them, especially actually at this time of year, the holiday season for Christmas. Everybody tends to like eat a lot of food. So if I can continue going to the gym, that would be beneficial. Um, and again, I did get to know quite a few people in my new ward. In fact, I even spoke in sacrament meeting this past Sunday, so that was nice. But I think there's still more people for me to get to meet and know. So I definitely want to continue working with that goal of trying to introduce myself to at least one new person.
Wonderful.
I think you did a really good job, Albert. Those were awesome goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's even more awesome that you were able to like stick to them, and you did a really good job with your spreadsheet and filling that out, and it looks like you pretty much didn't miss.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Again, like I mentioned, there were just a few slip ups here and there, but I definitely was held accountable by my wife. So
Do you want to go next, Ruby, or me?
Yeah, sure, I can go next.
Okay.
Okay, and
I'll-
Ruby, do you want me to bring your presentation up?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
Of course. Give me just a second here.
Okay, so I did it a little bit differently than Albert's because for some reason I can't share my spreadsheet. I emailed it to Sister McHenry, but I don't know how to send it to Albert. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Would you guys be okay if I just share the PowerPoint with you guys?
Yeah.
Of course, yes. And everyone can see the PowerPoint, right, on your screen?
Yes, I can at least. Okay, so who I wanted to become, I wanted to become a woman that finishes what she starts, someone whose word means something because she always follows it with action. I wanted to become a woman of God and do right by all means. I want to have enough faith to trust in our Heavenly Father that He has a plan for me and knows what is best. I want to be a kind, generous, trustworthy person that makes a difference in society. And so the daily goals I started off with were to do some sort of physical activity every day. So whether it be like an actual workout, just walk somewhere, just little physical activity. I wasn't really too specific on that one. I also wanted to read my scriptures and ponder what I read because oftentimes I just kind of read and I'm like, oh, I'll just read a chapter, but I just read it to like kind of get it done with. But this time I actually wanted to, even if it was like a couple verses, I really wanted to think about what I read and understand it. I also said eat a balanced diet and make my bed every morning. So as silly as that one sounds, I have the hardest time making my bed, you guys. It's not even funny. So that was probably one of the hardest ones to keep up with. So for my weekly goals, I kind of did a one similar to Albert. I decided I was gonna read off of these like personal progress books, I guess, or I don't know what was the word you used, Albert? I forgot. It was
For the weekly goals?
yeah, for it was the book you were reading. You used some fancy word.
Oh, I don't remember the word, but yeah, the book that I was reading was a book that I had read previously, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, so it was kind of like those kind of books that are like kind of like for your
Self-improvement.
yes, there you go, self-improvement. I put personal progress. I don't know, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. So I wasn't really specific on how many days a week, but just, slide it in there a couple days a week. Finish my assignments on time and stay offline one day out of the week. I'm really big on social media and stuff, so I decided to make it a goal to pick one day out of the week. I wasn't consistent on the day, but it was one day out of the week where I would stay away from Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and all the other social medias. And then for my monthly goals, I wanted to lose 3 pounds. I wanted to fill out a planner, follow my budget, and restructure my priorities. So for the no's, I did have a couple no's. I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I forgot to turn off my phone. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. My mom's calling. Sorry about that, you guys.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so for my no's, I did have a couple no's. It was mostly due because I don't know if you guys remember, I had to travel out of town for my grandmother who was sick.
Yes.
And I was stuck in the airport because of like the weather and stuff, and my flights got delayed, so it was a mess. So I did miss a couple days due to that. But overall, I was really committed, and I was able to do a good job on the rest. So for my consequences, I had said that if I had any unexcused no's, I would pay my friend $75 and I would wash her car 3 times, and then also take my sister out with her friends and do whatever they wanted to do. They did follow up with with the consequences. My friend didn't accept my money. She's like, no, she's like, just wash my car. So that was really nice of her. But my sister definitely took. She was like, yep, take me here, here, and there with her friends and stuff. So I think the most I got out of this project was I grew a stronger testimony by being able to really read my scriptures every day and stop and think about what I'm reading. I also threw in there some talks and other books that are found in like the manuals and stuff. I did lose 11 pounds as well.
Great job.
Yeah, thank you. As also I developed, positive habits like making my bed. In the beginning it was, you guys, it was really hard. But as like, the month kept going, I feel like I can't leave my room if I don't make my bed. So that was a pretty good habit I developed. And I read 3 books.
Very good.
I read The Traveler's Gift, The Secret, and Awaken the Giant Within.
I like that.
Yeah, they're really good books. I highly recommend them.
One?
The Secret? Or which one? The Awaken Awaken the Giant Within.
One.
Oh, really? It's super good. I highly recommend it. So, let's see. Overall, accountability. I learned that accountability is not only a huge responsibility that one takes on, but it comes with commitment and sacrifice. No matter what you commit to in life, whether it be a job, a relationship, goals, anything at all, it will require you to stay organized and keep the promise you made at the beginning. And overall, I think this was a really good experience, and I will try my best to keep up with these and add more goals this new year. So I don't know if you guys have any questions for me.
Yeah, I do, Ruby.
Yeah.
Great job, by the way. I'm actually very impressed. Your goals were fantastic, and it sounds like you accomplished everything you wanted to. And you grew a lot. So great job.
Thank you.
The question I had for you was, I also kind of struggle a little bit with staying away from social media. So the question I had for you is, on the day that you dedicated throughout the week that you were going to stay away, what did you kind of fill your time with to help you stay away from it?
So I read that those were the days where I would read the most out of, the books, the personal progress books I chose. I would fill up my time with reading or just like hanging out with my family because I am going back to BYUI in January.
Oh, very good.
So I would just spend as much time as I could with my family. And it helps. For me, at first, I had to delete the apps off my phone because it was just kind of like human nature where you grab your phone and you just kind of go on it. You don't even think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I would delete my apps like the night before. And then that way I didn't, the first thing I do is usually check my social media, so I didn't have to do that. And then I would just upload them the next day again, or sometimes I could go a couple days without them. But I think that's what really helped me.
Perfect. Sounds good. I think that's definitely something that everybody could apply to their life. So great job, Ruby.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Very good job.
Awesome. So if you guys don't have any more questions for me, I think I'm done. So if Amanda, you want to take center stage.
Okay. Let me bring up your project here, Amanda. Just a second. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And then I guess just let me know if you wanted me to switch to between sheets 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. All right. It's small. I can't really read the writing, but I can remember what they were. Who I wanted to become is overall healthier. I've been fat my whole life, and I'm okay with who I am. It's not about body weight for me. It's about my sister is 18 years older than me, my oldest sister, and a year ago she had half of her foot amputated because she had diabetes.
Oh.
And my mother also suffered from diabetes, and it's really strong on both sides of my family. And so my concern was, if I don't take charge of my own personal health in 18 years, I'll be just like my oldest sister, and I'll have diabetes, and I will end up losing mobility because of not. So so when she had her amputation, it kind of shocked me into, in January, I had started, that was my Christmas present, and I started going to the gym, but I wasn't very regular. So for my semester goal, I wanted to spend 3 hours at the gym a week. And I also wanted to eat right, meaning not overeat. There's lots of different things you can do to eat right. And so I focused on eating right. For me meant to eat off of a smaller plate as opposed to a big plate and not get seconds. Because we eat healthier, we just eat too much in our family. And so also I had last December and also last February my A1C levels checked. Those are the levels that tell you if you have diabetes or not. And I had them checked again just like in September or so. And the A1C hit from January or from December through February, which told me that exercise actually decreases my risk for diabetes. It lowers those A1C levels. And so my feeling was, if I go to the gym regularly, my A1C is going to be lowered. I don't have diabetes anymore. I couldn't have a lower A1C be my actual goal, because that's something that you don't have control over. I can't, say I want it lowered by this rate, because it's something that I can control, and the goal had to be something that we could control. And so those are my two main goals: is exercise 3 hours a week and eat right. And okay, so let's go to the second sheet. The second sheet was the consequences of not meeting these goals. The first one would be that my grade would suffer. Getting good grades is a high motivator for me, a very high motivator. I don't like to get anything other than an A. This project being 30% of our grade, that was a huge motivator for me. I didn't want to get a bad grade because I didn't do the project right. So motivator. A second motivator was my back hurts if I do not exercise. And so that was also a motivating factor. If I will exercise, then it hurts, because it's something about exercise pain. So that was a second motivator. A third motivator was money, motivated by money. And so we'll set an amount of money, and if you reach your goals, you can have this money. And I also said, okay, and you can have this money too if some goals also. And he actually didn't reach his goals, but I to reach my goals. And so there was $1,150, and I ended up choosing 4 families in our ward and giving them that money. One family got $600, one family got 100, and another family got 100. And that's what I wanted to do with that money, was to bless other people's lives, because I've seen, I believe in paying it forward. I've seen other people bless my life with money, and I wanted to pay it forward since we had that money set aside. It didn't come out of our family budget, so it didn't hurt us by giving away that money. So those were my consequences. So if we go to the third sheet, what I did is I set it up where each day of the week I just tracked if I exercised for that hour and if I ate right for that day. And then so in order to make it work, I needed to do 3 times of exercising a week and 4 times, my goal was 4 times of eating right a week. So you can see in the first week I didn't quite meet that, but that was only a partial week. So I combined the first and the last week. Throughout the semester, it all it averaged out. There were some weeks that I didn't do as good. There were quite a bit of no's in there, but ultimately through the whole semester it did average out to where I did meet my goals in both areas. And as a side result, I lost 10 pounds because of those small changes over that 13-week period.
Awesome.
So I haven't measured my A1C. I'm going to get that done again next month, but I'm betting that that A1C is going to be lower and quite possibly even out of the diabetic range because of these simple changes. So that taught me like that if I continue with these simple changes, then the weight is going to continue to come off. And in 1 year's time, without even doing much else, I could lose easily 40 pounds. And that's kind of exciting for somebody who's been overweight her whole life to think about, just dropping 40 pounds in 1 year simply by exercising 3 times a week and eating less. And I actually think if I am more diligent and up the exercise and how many times, the weight will actually come off even more faster than that. So it was kind of eye-opening, and it was exciting to see it was real weight loss and not just fake weight loss. Like, I'll fluctuate 2 to 3 pounds on a daily basis from water weight, and this was not water weight. This was actual real weight loss. So that's kind of exciting to see. So what it taught me about accountability is that we each have to have our integrity level has to be high enough to be true to ourselves, because I wondered, like, the people that were that I was their accountability partners, I wondered, they had like a ton of goals and all of them were yeses, and I'm like, we're human, we're going to make mistakes. So if you didn't have any no's, can you really say that you're being truly honest because I would imagine that being human, you're going to make mistakes. So to me, that even when I made mistakes, to Mark know that I didn't reach that goal, because otherwise I'm not being a person of integrity. I think in applying that to the business field, you have to know what your values are, and you have to be true to the values that you believe in, because if you even slip one time and go against your values, then the next time it's going to be easier to say, oh, or to self-justify the wrong actions. And then pretty soon you're not a person of honesty and integrity anymore. Accountability is first, be true to God, second, be true to yourself, and third, be true and honest with your fellow men. So Albert, those questions that you asked, did that answer all of them, or are there any that weren't covered?
Oh no, you covered them all, and Ruby did as well. So
Okay.
Great job, everyone. Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Amanda, I loved how you did your spreadsheet. I think it was very easy to read, and you can clearly define using your multiplication table how you wanted to measure each workout for the week. So yeah, excellent job marking your progress. I think, again, as I mentioned in my presentation, it's very important to help kind of keep your eye on the ball so you can see what you're aiming towards, if you can physically see what you're looking at. So great job.
And thank you for saying that, because that reminds me, like, in the future, for something that I would change is I want to have online is great, but I'm a pen and paper gal, and so when I set goals in the future, I need to write them out on paper and put them in the spot that I will see all the time, and I need to be able to check mark each thing off the list, because if I don't do that, then I'm going to forget what those goals are. I at least was coming to the computer every day, to do homework, to check off the accountability project every couple of days. So it wasn't too big of a problem. But if I'm not doing that in schoolwork, then every day I'm going to forget about my online tracking. I need a paper and pencil where I can see it. Otherwise, it's not going to do me any good. So I learned that about me. So in the future, that's a change that I would make as I add more goals to my list. As I try to get better in other categories, then I certainly will need a pen and paper to do that. So that's one thing I learned for me. And some people don't need that, but I do.
No, I totally agree with you. Sometimes it's just better to have things written down than on the computer, like you said.
Yeah.
Little to-do index cards for each class, and that way I get to like check them off. And
yeah, for sure.
Well, good job on your project. I really like your goals and congratulations on your weight loss.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, thank you.
That's exciting.
It-
So, okay, so can you think of, is there anything else that we need to do? Oh, Albert's helping a customer.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think so. We all presented and we answered the questions. I think we just have to like submit our portions to Sister McHenry, and then Albert has to post the recorded session, and then I think we're done.
That's awesome.
Okay, I'm back on. Sorry about that. I was able to hear what you guys were saying while helping the customer. So great job.
Oh, no, you're good. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, so
Okay,
on my other computer here, I'm looking at the assignments for submitting. I don't see any spot to submit the project. So do I just email? I think that's what Sister McKendry said,
Yeah,
right? Email her this link.
So if you, Albert, if you go to assignments, like on top, do you see where it says assignments?
Yeah.
Okay, so click on there, and the first link, it should show you the submission for accountability project.
Okay. Well, this is just for our individual assignment, right? Not for the video link.
Oh, you're talking about the video link. I thought you were talking about the individual.
Oh no, yeah, I know where that is. Yeah. But I believe she said on last week's introduction to the lesson that we just email her a copy of this YouTube
yeah, I
link.
think so.
Okay,
Sounds
perfect.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess this is it then.
This is it. Amanda and Ruby, thank you so much. This has been a wonderful semester. I'm very happy that I got to work with both of you, and best of luck to both of you in future education endeavors.
Thank you, Albert.
It's been a pleasure
Same
as well.
to you and Amanda.
Appreciate
It was
it.
great meeting you both.
That's great. Making the group meetings go well.
Yes.
Yes. Agreed.
And to
All
be
right,
honest, I think
well.
it worked out better that we had a smaller group too. I think it was a little easier to get things going.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like the smaller group. So. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
All right, bye,
Okay,
guys.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.